Listening recently to this some lectures by Mark Shapiro, highlighting the biography of the Aderet, which is his full name is Rabbi Eliyahu David Rabinowitz Teumim. He's Rav Kook's father-in-law, also a big gadol in the 19th century, and so it's amazing. There's amazing stories. One of this is a really good one as well, halachic one too. So he's traveling. He had struggles in his community, wasn't getting paid properly, and he took a break for a certain while. He went to travel a little bit. On his travels, he ended up in Galicia, and he was in a shul. In that shul, he writes all of this in his autobiography called Seder Eliyahu. So he's in the shul, and it was on a Shabbos, and there's he seems to be a breakaway shul from the other shul in the community. And the other shul in the community was antagonistic to this shul. And so they reported to police that the shul was not doing the right thing, and they were not following the orders. And so on Shabbos, he was in shul, and on Shabbos, police came in the middle of the Kriyas HaTorah, and they took the Torah from them. Took the Torah, confiscated it during Kriyas HaTorah, and brought it to the police station. So he was in the community. He was a visiting scholar. He pressured them to petition, etc., and they got the Torah back eventually. And it cost a lot of money to send the telegram, etc. But they did it. They got the Torah back. And the next Shabbos, it was parsha. It was like the next parsha, and he stressed that they should make up last week's parsha because they missed it. They didn't listen to him. So they didn't. So he was frustrated by that. He ended up traveling a little bit afterwards. He talked to he ended up in Sans, and Rav Aaron Halberstam was there. And he said, listen, that's the halacha. If you miss a parsha, the community was supposed to do it, that and something held them up from doing it, they should make it up the next week. And so the Rav Halberstam told him that he also believes that they shouldn't have to make it up. His opinion was that because there was another shul in the community that read that parsha, it's an obligation on the community. So if there was another shul that read it, which is that other shul, so therefore, there's no need to repeat it again. The Aderet, though, said he's never seen anybody hold by that. There are those who hold by that, Olat Shabbat, the HaTorah. But his sources, the Aderet, he's very sourced. The Or Zarua, a 13th century posek, he said he had a case like this where someone held up Kriyas HaTorah the whole day, and he said they had to make it up. And the Ramah paskins this, that if you miss it the week before, for something happens, some sort of fight or something happens, even if there's another one doing it in that community who did it already, you still have to make it up the next week. And so that seems to be like the practical halacha. The Mishnah Berurah paskins this way, and this is kind of how you're supposed to do it. It's an interesting kind of like maaseh. The Mishnah Berurah brings a few extra halachas in relation to this, so I'll share them with you. If you get a Torah already that Shabbos by mincha, you should do it. You should gather and have aliyahs and everything, because it's a mitzvah to read the Torah that whole day. The seven aliyah, yeah. Now, Rav Avad Yosef is based on, I think it's like the Chida, says that's not okay. Like it's only a morning thing, but I guess the Ashkenazic Sephardic thing. How do you do it then when you make it up? You read last week's parsha first. And there's a little bit of a debate how exactly you do that. So the Shar Ephraim says that you do 3 aliyahs, the whole first parsha that you're making up, last week's parsha, 3 aliyahs, and that spans the whole parsha until like a little bit before the end of that parsha. Then you have the fourth person come up, and then they extend all the way into the next parsha. Then you have 3 more in the next parsha. That's one approach. But the Kaf HaChaim, it seems like the Piskei Teshuvos also says that this could work for both approaches. He says the Kohen Aliyah should be the whole first parsha, and then a little bit into the next parsha, and then you do the regular Aliyah. So that's kind of how you would do it. Now, one final interesting thing is during COVID, there were many weeks, when people missed Kriyas HaTorah. And so when they finally got back to Shul, there's a little bit of discussion around that. Should they make up all the parshiyot, make up last week's parsha? So Rav Hershel Schechter said that they don't have to make it up. So how does he square that away with that Ramah? He says a congregation that gets together and they start reading the Torah and something happens, so then they have to make it up. But there was never ever a tzibur. There was never a community that got together each week. So therefore, there's no obligation for Kriyas HaTorah. So therefore, he said that you don't have to kind of make it up. And that many communities who followed his guidance ended up making up those parshiot when they got back to Shul.